Good morning, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a hot day. It's going to be like mid 90s right now. It's like 79, 80 degrees. It's mid-morning. We're coming up on 11 o'clock. It took me forever to get over here because we got a lot of road traffic. We're going to look around offshore, see if we can find some fish that are kind of chasing shad around, something I look forward to in the fall. You know, you got a shallow bite, but you also got a deep bite. Fish just kind of do a lot of different things. So I just try to keep my mind stimulated and mix it up. And today we're gonna look offshore and see if we can find some fish. And we're already finding a bunch of shad. You can see here on the graph, got little balls of shad here. We got some fish kind of relating to them. So that's what we're gonna do for a little while. We're just gonna kind of idle around and have a look-see. Something looks good, we're gonna jump up on the front deck and make a few casts, but we're gonna kind of keep it mobile. It's slick out here. I mean, I wish there was some wind. You know, full bluebird skies, no wind, which could make the bite a little bit tricky. But you never know. So let's see if we can put a few fish in the boat. A little bit of topwater action going on over here. Let's see if we can pick one of these off. Don't think it's going to be a problem. A little fish, but we'll take one. There we go. Reel doesn't work. Look at him. Almost got a double. Almost had a double. This is insane. There's fish blowing up everywhere. All right. Got him. They're going crazy over here. They are going absolutely crazy. A little topwater out here. This is fun. Try to catch one, whatever you want to catch one. I think these are good fish too. It's a good fish. That's a good topwater fish. Nothing wrong with that one. All right, let's get back out there and get another one. Yeah. Back-to-back cast. You keep your eyes peeled. You know, I was on the other side of the lake and I thought I heard something. And I just kind of paused what I was doing. Just kind of kept staring over this way. And I thought I saw a little bit of commotion on the top. So I fished a little more and then I heard it again and I came over here and sure enough, it was going absolutely nuts over here. These are all pretty decent fish. It's amazing when the fish are just swimming around this area. There we go. That's another one. Look at that, man. I'll pop her right in the grill. Just get back out and get another one. Spinning rod's a good thing to have. You can make some seriously long casts. Those fish are a decent amount away from the boat. I'm trying to stay off of them. So you take this spinning rod. See, I cast a little bit short of them. But this little spinning rod here, I got this from Uncle Rod. Uncle Ron's caught a bunch of big old Mille Lacs smallmouth on this rod here. See, they're just going everywhere. Might as well reel it in. It's hard to focus. And those are well within range. You can't really tell. I mean, sometimes, like, those look like smaller fish, but they've been pretty decent fish. And they're coming up right in front of me again. Right there. They're just everywhere out here. This is insane. Look at them. funny too. Sometimes later in the fall they get conditioned to the bait and they really get locked into a certain size of bait, and you can't catch them on just a traditional size. I mean, these fish are pretty fresh though. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. They're blasting. If it is, we'll make some adjustments. I thought I would have got bit on that. The key is to get them right when they're up. Right there. Come on now. There he is. Got him. Playing with that tree, I was really working it fast that time. This is stupid. This is the smallest one I've caught out of here so far. There it is. Hey, great fish. That's a good fish. There we go. Nothing wrong with that fish. It's a stud. There we go, folks. A little early season A-rig fishing, man. You know, it doesn't have to be cold to catch them on A-rig. That's a good quality fish. When these fish start schooling up, get out there and get after them. It's a little A-rig before everybody else starts throwing it. A lot of times you catch some bigger fish too up underneath those schools. There he is. Got him. I'm kind of slurping it. See how this old reel's got some big smallmouth on it. That's a decent fish. About to jump. Never gets old, guys. It just never gets old. Look at this, guys. Sharks. Like piranha fishing, boy. Insane. All good fish too. Ate it. Where's my CUDA pliers at? You gotta have a good set of pliers when you're doing this too. Hey folks, this is absolutely ridiculous. You know, we started scanning offshore, found a group of fish, they weren't cooperating, and heard all chaos breaking out over this section of the woods. Came over here and the topwater bite's just, it's sick, man. So we're gonna play around with these fish for a while. You mean, you can't pass this up. This is phenomenal. Oh God, the fish just stopped it. Dude, that was a phenomenal bite. Another good fish. Quality keeper bass. There we go, man. I'll talk a little bit about my setup here shortly, but we're gonna get that back after. Oh, that's fun, man. Good quality fish. Look at this popper. Grass mixed in there. Never gets old though. Never. Little fish on a crankbait. Got it. All right, we've established that we can get a topwater bite if we just follow these schools around, but I'm seeing some bigger fish down below these schools, and I can't get them to bite. You know, I've thrown an A-rig through them, underspin through them, and so we're gonna, I mean, I got a little jig head minnow on here. I'm gonna throw that down there and see if we can get bit, but I'm trying to figure out how to, you know, stimulate some of these fish that are down below the school. Or basically, when the school comes up, you can catch them on top water, but then when they go down, it's like, how do you get them to bite? So that's what we're experimenting with now, to see if I can find a bait that will get these fish to bite when they're not blowing up on top of the water. Get two. No, only got one. Tried to get two. Definitely two down there. All right, folks, little midday report. I'm sitting over here in the shade, just had lunch. Had me a nice fat ham and cheese sandwich, a little protein bar, down some water, because it's hot out here. It's like mid-90s. It still feels like summer, even though it's technically fall. But man, phenomenal topwater bite. It died, you know, it was going on for about 45 minutes, and it was just fast and furious. Had a lot of fun, caught a lot of fish, had a lot of opportunities. But then that kind of quit, it died down, and I never could really figure out how to get those fish to bite once they went down. Something I am going to try here in a little bit is just throw like another, like a little 2.8 big bite baits swim bait on a 3/16 ounce head. You know, I shook a minnow through them. You know, I got actually some good bites on that A-rig, but they got pretty wise to it quick. And that, you know, that's something that happens, and I know this, so I should have just left a little earlier, is once you circle around in the area a lot, your transducers are putting off a lot of pinging and a lot of ticking and stuff. Something you can do is actually turn off your side scan, down scan transducer. But I think your forward facing sonar transducer is still putting off some kind of ticking and stuff in the area. So they seem to get smarter and smarter. Even fish that are, you know, a couple hundred feet away, you're going through them. If you're circling the area long enough, eventually they're gonna become wise to you. Because when I first pulled in that area, the fish were biting good, and I was having no problems catching fish. And the longer I stayed there, the harder it got. The fish finally kind of settled down, went back down, and I'm gonna go check that area here in a little bit. But you know, I got some bites on the Nico rig, trying to get those fish to bite, but it's kind of like, man, when they want to feed, they push those shad up to the top of the water and they feed, and when they're done, it's really hard to get them to fire on anything else. So you're almost better off just to kind of drift around and just pay attention to where they're blowing up and take advantage of that situation. But I was just throwing a little pop-ar, a little walking bait would work. You know, there's a lot of options when they're up there feeding like that. It's really just about getting it in the zone. A jerk bait's another good way to catch them. So we're gonna get back after it, and we're gonna go hunt around and try to find some more deeper fish and look for some more fish busting on top of the water. All right, look, I threw A-rig. See all these fish down here? Threw A-rig through all those fish a bunch of times. They won't look at it. I'll pick up the Nico rig and see if I can give them a bite. Man, if they're not up on top, they just really don't want to commit to anything. Aha! Got him. Nico rig. There you go. Sensei worm. Bow to your master. Might be something I could throw these fish that have went down after blowing up on top. I've had a couple bites on it. Can't really get them to bite anything else. I switched my A-rig up. I took the blades off of it. I just grabbed one that didn't have blades just to see if that made a difference. And it's only about my third or fourth cast. I got a bite on it. So I don't know. I'm just kind of playing around. Got a lot of fish in this little area. There we go. Snatch one up. There he is. Got him. All right, folks, we came back to the area that we started out just to see if we could get an A-rig bite, you know, when the sun went down, and that's what's happening. I've been able to get several bites. Man, it's not
a giant fish by any means, but it is a fish. But I've been able to get some bites on this A-rig where they wouldn't really hit it earlier when that sun was up. So just a little bit lower light conditions, and they can't see this quite as well, and they're committing to it, which is cool. It's really good to know. I mean, you have theories in your head, and it's nice to go back and check them, and sometimes they pan out and sometimes they don't. It seems like they are panning out today. Damn, fish crushed it. Go. Another little A-rig fish, fellas and fillettes. It's fun. It's good to see that they will hit this as the sun comes back down. If you don't have wind and you got full sunshine, it's hard to get an A-rig bite. That time, baby. All right, folks, that's gonna wrap it up. Give me a thumbs up if you appreciate the content. Do not forget to subscribe. Hey man, it's never too early to fish that A-rig. You know, we're in September. Most people think it's got to be cold, but that's not the case. You know, anytime these fish get to schooling around shad, pick up an A-rig, and that's kind of what we did today. You know, we caught some good fish on the A-rig, but the topwater was probably the most dominant pattern, and I never could exactly figure out how to get those fish to fire, you know, after they went down until the evening. As we get closer to the evening, this A-rig is starting to come into play again. So, man, we had fun out here. Don't be afraid to start throwing that A-rig. Make sure you know your state regulations, though. The lake I'm fishing on, you can have 5. Most lakes in Illinois, it's 2. Most lakes in Missouri, it's 3. And I think Kentucky is 5 for the most part. But check out your state regulations. Don't take my word for it. Do your research and throw this sucker around. It's fun, man. It's a blast. It's just a big wad of bait fish, and some days it is the deal. So until next time.